Hey, my name is Godzilla, and today we're taking a look at the Playmates Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire Skar King. The 6-inch version, not the giant version. We're not looking at those guys yet. So a little background on Skar King. Skar King rules over his fiery Hollow Earth kingdom, wielding a whip-slash and commands an unstoppable army to destroy Godzilla and conquer the world. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention to destroy Kong too. Yeah, I read that off the box because we know nothing about him yet. Let's just get into the actual review. The painting and sculpting on Skar King is really good. For a cheap $10 toy, they really did nail the detailing. Compared to their Godzilla vs. Kong line, the fur detail is really fine and precise. Just take a look at Skar King and Kong next to each other. You can really see a difference between Playmates' detailing over just 3 years. Maybe 2. But that reminds me, the entire Playmates Godzilla line has really evolved since between Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla x Kong. Over the past years, the beam effects have upgraded, definitely. Just look at Godzilla with heat ray from this line, and then look at compared to last line. Let's face it, you'd prefer this one over that water-looking one, I don't know. But I just love how more beam-like this one is. I'll save the rest of the shenanigans for the next review, maybe. I don't know, it's up to you guys. Sure, you could argue that some of the paint on here is inaccurate. Like how right here he's supposed to be bald. But you have to cut it some slack because these figures did come out way before the movie. But that doesn't mean that they're not perfect. We'll get into that reason within the course of these next reviews, but whatever. Let's take a look at his face. The eyes aren't exactly looking straight. He just looked like he's... Never mind, I shouldn't make that joke. But anyway, like I said earlier, this part's supposed to be a big bald spot and not look like some Kratos war paint. Speaking of, did you guys see those new Godzilla x Kong Funko Pops? Yeah, look at Skar King. Doesn't he look at least a little bit like Kratos? But video game differences aside, I really like this figure. And why do I think this guy's my favorite in the whole line? Well, let's get into his articulation. I mean accessories. Skar King comes with this little whip slash. Yeah, this is definitely going to cause some damage in the movie. I mean, look at all these ridges and stuff. As you can see, it's a thing of plastic and it's kind of pre-bent because it's always stuck like this. But I can imagine some talented creator cutting up at least like a couple of these segments and sticking a bendy wire through it. Looking at you, EGM, you've done it before. But to apply the whip slash, you have to slide this part under here, and then his little jaw part should wind up on his shoulder, and then you just gotta click him in. And that completes the Skar King look. I do prefer him with the whip slash on. But I did say in the stream that I didn't like it I didn't like it off because it made him look naked, but I've gotten used to him having it off. But that's the only accessory. I'm not complaining. This guy was $10, so at least it's not no $140 figure. Bandai. But now let's take this off and get into his posability. Skar King has a swivel at the head. He has a swivel at the shoulder, and his arm can move out. Elbow swivel and an elbow bend. We got a wrist swivel. And now, the reason why I think this guy's the best figure in the whole line, actually no, I take it back. This is the best figure that they made even before this guy. You wanna know why? He has a balls right at the chest. This is really the only reason why I bought this figure. He has an ab crunch and can arc his back about that far. He can kick up about that far. And he can kick back like not at all. He has a swivel, or some type, you know what I mean. And he can bend his knee. Posability on this figure is amazing. That ball joint in the chest really just adds unlimited posability. So, what do I think about this figure? I love it. He really does scale well with... Oh wait, speaking of scale, here is the Playmates regular Godzilla with heat ray. Oh geez, there goes Kong. Here's a little bit of a better shot. Kong with battle axe. Suko and Douglas, Shimo on all fours, Shimo on hind legs, Voyager class Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, Deluxe class Rise of the Beast Mirage, almost forgot his name, and the Core class Optimus Prime. But that was my review for the Playmates Skar King. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight's review, and if you did enjoy, consider liking and subscribing, it'll help out a lot. And share my content around to people you might think who will like it. But that has been Wildzilla for tonight. See you guys in the next review. Vote. Oh yeah, also join my Discord server, link in the description now.